Hi, welcome to the Open Census Friday Workplace Chat. My name is Yodit. In this session, I'm going to touch on the 3 key metrics that you should think about when looking at your workplace data. Metrics and data enable you to make broad strategic level decisions about the real estate portfolio, as well as allowing you to have the tools to make really key tactical changes. For most of you, you're going into an activity-based working and agile-based working structure. So gathering data before, during, and after these transitions is critical to get the outcomes that you want. Each of these metrics let you know the top line number. So the top line number means the aggregate portfolio number, as well as broken down by building, by floor, and by cost center. So the first key piece of data point that you need is average utilization. Utilization can cover both desks and meeting rooms, but for this video, we're talking about desks. You can gather data using manual counts, manual surveys, or using sensors. Most people are trying to get to a sweet spot targeting somewhere between 60% to 80% utilization. Let's say, as a concrete kind of example, you have 100 employees with 100 desks, and your average utilization over the last month is 50%. Then you know that on average, 50 desks are not being used consistently. If you need to improve your occupancy by even 10%, you've got 10 desks that you can work on. Increase the utilization of these desks by reallocating them to something like a hoteling or flexible desk policy, or allocating these 10 desks to a team that really needs it. And why does this matter really, and why are people doing it? It's because in a major city, most desks, all in numbers, are around $12,000 to $15,000 per year. So if you can increase the utilization number just by 10% in that particular office of 100 desks, you're talking about a cost savings of between $120,000 and $150,000 a year. The second key metric you should really get a handle on is your distribution over the working week. What are my peak days? What are my low days? And also understanding that broken down by teams. So a certain team may have an all hands just 1 day a week, so they're all coming in that day. Another team might be consistently off for 1 or 2 days a week. What this metric does is enable you to get a very tactical guide on how to balance the need of different teams. So you could have IT security team that comes in 2 or 3 days a week. You might have the IT development team that has an all hands meeting on a Friday. So you can answer questions such as, can these 2 teams share some flexible desks between them? The third key metric is the person-to-desk ratio. Practically, most organizations are going into an agile working framework. That means that they're going from a 1-to-1, 1 person, 1 desk ratio to 1-to-2 or even more. The part that most people struggle with is what is optimal for my team or my building. The thing to understand is person-to-desk ratios vary for each company hugely. Even within a company, within a building, within a site, there's huge variations between the ideal ratios that most of these kind of people need. As an example, take a highly mobile team, like a sales team that's out in the field all the time. Their needs would be significantly different to a finance team who is coming in every day and they need desks to do their jobs. So they need a finance team maybe needs a 1-to-1 person-to-desk ratio, whereas a sales team can need a 1-to-5 or even more. So let's recap. The 3 metrics you need are, first is average utilization, second is understanding your day of the week distribution, your highs and low days. The third is understanding the person-to-desk ratio. 2 more things to remember. Your person-to-desk ratios and all of these metrics need to be looked at on a very high level to a very low level. The second thing to remember is that before you start making tactical plans, you really need 1 or 2 months worth of data. You also need to keep an eye on these numbers on a week-to-week, on a month-to-month basis to enable you to understand whether you're making the right decisions and getting to your end goal. I hope this talk has been useful. Subscribe to our blog. We have regular updates and videos on data-driven workplace design and optimization. See you next time. Thanks.